Welcome to Union Tuttle Stadium. The second round of the 1999 state playoffs featured two very familiar foes. It's the Broken Arrow Tigers, ranked number 5 in the state, against the number 1 ranked undefeated Union Redskins. Hello again, Don King, along with Dave Rader. It's a pleasure to have Coach Rader here with us to give you the play-by-play and the color commentary here this evening. J.B. Haney will be down on the sidelines. Coach, you're familiar with this Union Redskin. You've seen a lot of them this year.
We've had an opportunity to watch them and have enjoyed it. And it's just a great atmosphere here at Tuttle Stadium. We have two teams that know each other very well. These teams have opened the season against one another, and unfortunately one of them tonight will close the season against each other. What a great atmosphere. The crowd is electrifying, the setting is outstanding, and the weather couldn't be better.
Yeah, it is football weather for sure. For the Broken Arrow Tigers, who are 9-2 on the season, they look for one guy, number 34, Matt Strange. He does everything for them. He returns kicks. He also catches the ball, runs the ball very well. He is one of the ringleaders on this BA team. And meanwhile, for the Union Redskins, they have yet another 1,000-yard rusher, number 24, Jason York.
Jason York has been most impressive in their run in the last few games and into the playoffs. Jason has the ability to make people miss. He breaks some tackles. He's a very, very tough youngster. In fact, you know, the games that Union have played here towards the end of the season have not been all that close. Jason has set the pace extremely well. One night against Sand Springs into the wind, he carried the ball time after time, and Union had about a 9-minute drive. He is going to be a key for them tonight. He must stay healthy throughout the game. The Broken Arrow defense in the first game lined up extensively quite a bit to stop the run. We'll see how they line up tonight, but a lot of it is due to York. He is an outstanding runner.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about the Union Redskin offense as we move along here. Stay tuned. The kickoff in the second round of the playoffs. It's BA, and it's Union next on TCO.
The Tulsa Auto Collection High School Game of the Week is being brought to you by the Tulsa Auto Collection, Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center, 180, young people raising a standard, Tulsa Technology Center, preparing people for success, the Carpet Center at 121st and Memorial, TCI Digital Cable, call 665-0200. And the Parent-Child Center of Tulsa, strengthening families to prevent child abuse.
Rice, only a good energy food for the active athlete. No, it's also the best initial treatment for sprained joints. Are we advocating putting rice on a sprained ankle? Not exactly. You see, rice is a memory word for rest, ice, compression, and elevation, the best beginning treatment for injured joints. Apply compression carefully. Remember, a wrinkled or too tight ACE wrap can act like a tourniquet. Then elevate and rest the extremity and pack it in ice. When in doubt, with any extremity injury, remember, ice is nice.
What's up with depression? What's up with teen pregnancy? What's up with teen suicide?
What's up with abortion?
What's up with school violence? What's up with drug abuse? What's up with alcoholism?
What's up with pornography? What's up with gangs?
What's up with life? Yeah, what's up? Are there any answers?
Hi, I'm John Freeman, youth pastor of First Baptist Church Broken Arrow. The building you see behind us is our new home, and we'd like to invite you to join us to find out the answer to life's tough questions. You see, we believe there are tough questions, and Jesus Christ is the answer to that question.
Thank you, Don. And when you're down on the field here, the thing that most people are talking about is the fact that Mickey Nickel was not here the first time they played. Neither was Matt Strange. Two very fine football players. And what Rick Jones said, guys, before, he wants to get off at a good start. He doesn't want to be behind. You can't be behind against this Union Redskin club.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll be checking in with you a little bit later. The Redskins will kick off, and Jake Gibbons, one of their starting defensive backs, will do the honors. There
you see the Tigers' record 9-2. Their only 2 losses, a season opening loss that Coach Rader told you about to Union, NBA, 31-9. And then they lost 2 weeks ago here on Channel 9 to the Jinx Trojans for the district championship. They held off Stillwater last week 21-19 to get to the second round game. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, as last year, undefeated through their first 11 games. We are underway. Thanks for joining us on TCI. Don King, Dave Rader, J.V. Haney. Watch Matt Strange take it at the 5. He's already returned 1 for a touchdown this year, but not this time as he's collared at the 12-yard line. And the Tigers, Coach Rader, will not start in all that great of offensive shape as we take a look at their offensive lineup. It is an offensive lineup that has only one returning lineman. That is left guard Joe Evilsizer. Nevertheless, it is an offense that has played very well recently. Mickey Nickel, of course, the quarterback. So it is first down from their own 12-yard line. Jacobs in motion. Keith Jacobs. And Nickel throws on first down for Strange. Overthrown, incomplete. That'll make it second down. Interesting that they're throwing on this Union defense that has 3 consecutive shutouts. A defensive front that will feature Jeremy Davis, the sack specialist, number 41. Aaron Rooney is back in from a season-long injury. The linebackers are outstanding, and the secondary may be the best in the state. Bo Snyder is questionable tonight because of an ankle injury. So after the first down pass, second down and 10 from the 12. The Redskins are tough to beat here at home, where they've won 14 in a row and 31 of their last 32. And Evilsizer, who's the only returning starter, gets a little anxious there. Our referee tonight is Andy Hogan, Don Robinson, the umpire, Larry Main, the linesman, Jimmy Neffes, the line judge, and Mike Tush, the back judge. This is a field position, Dave Rader, where you don't really want to start right here, is it?
You don't want this. You're going into the wind. You wanted a good return, and the wind could play a significant part in this game, Don.
So after the penalty, second down and 15 from their own 7-yard line. Oh, look at that tackle. Shane Jones, the fullback, gets wrapped up. We'll try and pick the number. It looks as though it is 41 for the Union Redskins. That belongs to Jeremy Davis, we talked about. Bill Blankenship, who was a roommate, right, of yours at TU?
Yeah, he was down the hall. Interesting to note, the Union secondary, Don. We'll get to it next play.
Third down and 13 now from the 9-yard line, deep in their own territory. They've just started. And Nickel on third down, airing it out. He's got a man. Fruget opened at the 35-yard line. You heard the pregame show talking about him playing with a bad knee.
Darrell Wimberly was on the coverage there. Union came out in 3 snaps and ran man-to-man coverage each and every time. Bo Snyder is not in the game. They've elected to go with Jerome Janae in the defensive backfield. So Janae will probably be playing both ways tonight.
Okay. And we'll certainly talk about Janae on offense. Now, they're going to punt from the end zone. This is Nickel, the quarterback, and there's Rick Jones. Kind of the same scenarios we saw 2 weeks ago against Jinx, and Janae, who's at one end, has blocked 4 kicks this season. Nickel gets away a nice punt, averaging 32 on the year, and this is Zach Spavital, who's had a great end of the season, returning kicks, still doing his feet, and he is in for a touchdown. Apparently so. They did not signal that he stepped out of bounds, and it's a 46-yard return. Spavital has returned his 3rd punt for a touchdown in the last 3 weeks. So the extra point by Jake Gibbons upcoming. He's 50 of 52 on the season. We'll get a look at the punt return from Spavital in just a moment. That floors me, and now apparently Union a man short. Daryl Mansfield will run on. They don't have a tee. They're not even ready. They might have to call the timeout. They weren't even ready. They didn't even have the kicking tee. And they have to burn a timeout here. Or a delay of game. We'll see. They'll take the delay of game. Wow, boy, Union, talk about striking early, huh?
The kicking game is always going to be a big part of any football game. When you're playing with the wind like this is exactly what you want to have happen if you kick off. If you recall years ago, Coach Switcher and Coach Fairbanks would always kick off at Owen Field with the wind, the south wind, and their great defense of the Selman brothers would start the games like this. It's kind of reminiscent of that.
Same thing that happened to BA 2 weeks ago. Here's the kick, and it is good from Jake Gibbons. So there is a break in the action now. Just a minute 14 Union offense.
As we're looking at the videotape here, of course, it was a fine punt by Nickel, and we'll see that the coverage by Broken Arrow is really good. And if we can stop it right here, here's one block right here, go 3 more steps. Another block, and now Spavital's into the opening. He is into his area. He's into the area, and he's going to have to make one move to get into the end zone. He does not step out. Spavital did this a couple of weeks ago. They are excellent on their punt returns, Don.
They are. 3 touchdowns on punt returns for Spavital in the last 4 games. We saw one here against Sand Street with number 8. Okay, Matt Strange again, this time at the 4. No room again, and he's smothered at the 14-yard line. Let's take another look.
Because we see excellent concentration by Spavital right here, and you're going to see block after block. That's what sets it up. In any type of punt or kick type situation, all blocks have to be above the waist. Excellent job. And then Zach was into the opening and clearing is in the end zone.
Did you ever see his grandfather play? You were too young. I was too young too. Jim Spavital's a great player, went on and coached at one time. Nickel hands off to Jacobs, and Keith Jacobs turns the corner and might have gotten a first down. Instead, they say he stepped out at the 21-yard line, and that's a gain of 7. This young man, number 20, Jacobs, was Broken Arrow's first ever 1,000-yard rusher in a season. But this year, he has been unable to really get loose. Only 200 yards rushing this year. Nickel, by the way, is their 3rd leading rusher behind Shane Jones, the fullback, number 44, and Matt Strange, number 34. With the 7-yard run, this really puts Mickey Nickel in the position he likes, right, Dave? It's 2nd and short, because he's dangerous.
He is dangerous, and that was exemplified with him on the corner, dealing the ball, puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Instead, off tackle to Jones, and he bowls his way to the first down marker at the 25. Downstairs to J.B. Haney.
Thanks, Don. We're with Meg Sharon, one of the senior cheerleaders here at Union High School. And Meg, you've got something that's kind of special here tonight, trying to cheer the boys on.
Yeah, this is a tiger tail. Where'd it go here? Here it is. And our student council makes these. They just cut out yellow felt, and it's a way of kind of encouraging school spirit for the game. And Broken Arrow's kind of become a big rival in the last few years. And so tonight, all the cheerleaders are doing their hair because that's what we want to bring home. So.
They got the tiger by the tail on the sideline, Don. Back to you.
Pass out to Jacobs to the 28-yard line. He's triple teamed there. Leading the way for Union, number 30, Spavital, who not only returns punts, but also does very well out of his safety position. And a gain up to the 29, a gain of 4.
That was a pass that Union has run quite often during the season, and you just wonder if Coach Jones put that in to say, hey, we can do it as well.
Nickel's older brother, John, was a quarterback at Union. The Redskins just think so much. They do indeed check. Nickel has to keep. Look at that move. Look at the athletic ability, and he's got speed, 2 to the 50. Nickel to the 40 against his former school, and he's out of bounds at the 26-yard line. The market at the 29-yard line for Mickey Nickel from 129 to the other, and that's a 42-yard scoop for the PA senior.
Mickey Nickel is the one everyone has to watch. So everybody in the stadium knows he's going to carry the ball, and yet when you defend it as well as that play was defended, and yet Mickey makes the 180 and comes out the back door, it makes it very, very difficult to defend an athlete of this caliber.
And he's shows good speed. Davis couldn't catch him. Number 41.
Now, say, you know Jerome Janet's fast. You know Darrell Wembley's fast. And yet, even with an angle, Mickey holds his own there down to the 29-yard line.
So after the 48-yard run, this is Jones off tackle, and look at him get some room inside the 25 to the 23-yard line. Shane Jones, who was red hot toward the end of the season, he's been banged up with a thumb injury as well. This Broken Arrow Tiger has been riddled with injuries and all kinds of disruptions through the season. Players missing practices for certain reasons. But Rick Jones has kept them together, and one of the reasons is that young quarterback, Mickey Nickel, as Dave mentioned, missed the first part of the season to mono. And even when you get back to playing well, Dave, you're still not 100%, right?
You're not. And what has happened is Mickey has played himself into playing shape. He'll be able to go all 4 quarters. We're seeing right now the Broken Arrow offense run the way they want to run.
Receiver to each side. Jones again. Almost got through, but was tripped at the line of scrimmage. Looked as though Mansfield, the middle linebacker, saved what might have been a touchdown. Nevertheless, a 3-yard gain makes it 3rd and short here for Union. There's Bill Blankenship. Of course, grew up in Spiro. Led the University of Tulsa in passing in 1979. He is tough to beat here at home. 43-6 at Union Tuttle Stadium. First down and more. Jones gets inside the 15-yard line. And how about this Broken Arrow offensive line, Dave? They're opening some holes.
This shows exactly the thought process of the Broken Arrow coaches. They feel like they can take the ball right up the middle. The Union defensive line is big and fast, and they have been dominating. Right now, Broken Arrow is going outside. They're going inside. It's kind of like an accordion offense right now. You can't really figure out which way they're going, inside or outside.
I'll ask you to explain to us, teach us a little bit about the flex bone. That's what Broken Arrow runs, a wing to each side. Nickel fakes the pitch. They aren't fooled, and on the tackle against Babatol, number 30. Explain a little bit the flex bone.
On that play right there, Broken Arrow had a bit of an unbalanced situation. They were going to try to take advantage and get some angle blocking and then get to the corner with the pitch. Right here, you think Mickey's going to pitch the ball, number 7, the quarterback. He keeps it. What a play by Zach right there. Nice play because it looked like the pitch was going around the corner, Don.
So a loss of about a half yard. Spavital, the free safety. Again, they're without strong safety. Bo Snyder, at least he can play, but probably didn't start anyway. Here's a pass to the 3. Look at Matt Strange into the end zone for an extra point away. And that's only the 2nd touchdown this year given up by Union in the first quarter.
Excellent play fake by Mickey Nickel. Outstanding protection by the offensive line. And then just a strike for the touchdown.
Oh, we'll let you look at it here in a moment as Aaron Sanders tries the extra point to tie the game. Union, to that point, Dave, had outscored their opponents 141-7 in the first quarter. But Broken Arrow comes right back with an 86-yard drive. We're tied midway through the first quarter.
What'd that turkey say? He said, if you didn't buy at Reeves, you paid way, way too much.
All right, Coach Rader, tell me what happened here on this 14-yard touchdown pass.
We've been going option left, option right, up the middle, and now comes the time we're close to the end zone. Right here, as far as we go, you got to watch where Matt Strange is, Don. Here comes the play fake. We see high hats by the offensive line. Good play. You see the rush by the Union defensive line, and a little pressure on Mickey right there. And what a strike right in there to Matt Strange. Pretty doggone good coverage by Zach Spavital right there. You can't say anything, but that ball was a strike.
It really was. And he had time to throw.
Excellent time to throw. You just got to compliment Rick Jones on that series right there. He had a lot of plays going a lot of different ways.
Look at Union average points in the red zone. They only give up 4.5. Again, only their 2nd touchdown they've allowed in the first quarter all year. And keep in mind, they came into this game with 3 consecutive shutouts. That's a worried coach right now.
Well, I I don't know if Bill's worried. I don't know if Coach B is worried, but I tell you what, he knew it was going to be a tough game, and he has not been able to show his offense yet.
Right.
So let's see what happens.
All right, you're right. But he's at least got to be in an unfamiliar situation, and if Broken Arrow gets this ball, which they think they do inside the 35, he very well might be worried, and he is. Brad Blackwell, one of the co-captains, comes away with it. And the Tigers are taking a page out of the Union book this season. And that is creating turnovers.
Okay, Union is back about 12 yards where they should be. Broken Arrow is going to come out. They're going to see this open area right in the middle of the field, trying to get the ball there. Maybe Union will not play the ball well, and that's exactly what happened. Excellent hustle to get on top of the ball, and then here comes the option outside.
I'll tell you what, Jacobs has got some speed, and he scoots to the 20. That's a gain from the 34 to the 20, and that's a first down. And when this kid gets loose, you're in trouble.
Oh, Keith Jacobs have come into the game with a 2.8-yard average on each carry, but tonight he has blown that. He is having, it looks like, a career night so far in the first quarter. He's on his way to doing that.
You know, Dave, Jacobs was an I-back when he rushed for over 1,000 yards. Now he's out of this formation, and it seems to be a little bit, or has been quite a transition. Is there such a thing as a transition from one formation to another?
There's no question about it. You have to, an I-back has a feel for the offensive line blocks to make cuts. When you're in the flex bone like this, you take the ball and then things happen quickly. And yes, there is a change. You have to make that change. And it looks like to me there's been a great amount of change from that August game to this November game in the Broken Arrow offense.
You're right. When you think of what they did and what they've done really against BA the last 2 years, it's strike and strike early and not BA out early. Not tonight, at least not midway through the first quarter. Jacobs fighting for extra yards, and he gets to the 15-yard line. That's a gain of about 4, and will set up a pass or run, you would think, by the quarterback. Let's go down again to JB.
Thanks, Don. Down here on the sideline, the momentum, as you know, has switched to the Broken Arrow side. Covering that onside kick was a great move for the Broken Arrow Tigers, and they are getting worried on the Union side.
All right, thank you very much, Coach. Again, Nichols' brother and his older sister grew up in the Union system. Mickey did until he transferred when he saw that he couldn't or wasn't probably going to be able to beat out Josh Blankenship. He transferred to BA. We'll tell you more about that story. We're midway through the first quarter. It's the second round of the playoffs, and the Tigers are knocking on the door. Jones is enjoying things. Meanwhile, on the other sideline, Union has been behind only twice all season. 7-0 to Muskogee when they came back and tied that after one quarter, and fell behind early fourth quarter against Jinx, came back and won that game in overtime. 3rd and 6 from the Union 15, and Nichols already thrown a touchdown pass. Looks for another to Jacobs. First down and more. Out of bounds at the 4-yard line. First and goal, BA. And I just mentioned they've been behind only twice all season, Dave Rader. How difficult is it for Bill Blankenship? What's he got to do as a coach here?
Bill knows he has a strong team. He has a strong-minded team. He is going to call upon his leaders to keep him in the game, even if you go behind here, and say, hey, you know, we can come back. We can take control of this game. Do not hit the panic button. We have the players to make this game come back to us. Momentum is a fleeting guy, and you want him back on your feet.
Okay. First and goal after the 10-yard pass to Jacobs. I do not see the play clock, so I'm not sure if it was a delay of game. We'll see. Yes, it was.
Big penalty.
But they are facing first and goal, and Bo Snyder, as yet to play, runs onto the field, number 14, and coming off is 96. Ryan Michael, one of the linebackers, I believe it was, and so indeed Snyder is into the game. They didn't want to use him if they didn't have to, but in this goal line situation, they will. Nickel on the option. Pitches to Strange. What speed exactly what Rick Jones would want.
Same play we saw a while ago when Mickey ducked it up inside. This time, quarterback number 7 makes the pitch. Strange is into the end zone. 2 touchdowns first quarter from that stuff.
He is a big-time player, and the extra point by Sanders is good. And the Tigers of Broken Arrow have taken a 14-7 lead with 5:06 remaining first quarter. And as Dave Rader said, we still haven't seen the Union offense yet.
5 minutes to go. Union is yet to run a snap. We have 21 points scored in this game, and one of the teams has not even been on the field to run an offensive snap. I mean, it may be indicative of this is going to be a wild, wild game.
Could very well be right. We started the scoring. Well, we'll take a look first here at the third touchdown.
Again, you see almost an unbalanced type look over here on the left side. We're going to get some angle type blocking on the left side of the line, and then Nichols going to come down, read the option, and here comes the Matt Strange. He's going to take it into the end zone, and just runs everybody to the corner.
Nice decision here by Mickey. He made the right split second.
Outstanding pitch, hits him right on the chest. And when you execute an option like this, it is very, very difficult to defend. Right now, they are Broken Arrow is executing their offense the way they practice, the way they draw it up, the way they want to have it done. Hats off to their coaches and this game plan and what they're doing. Now let's see if they kick it off and allow Union to return.
And remember, the 5-yard penalty didn't hurt them, did it? Strange took it in on first down. Well, another big-time game breaker is Janae. They don't want any part of him, so again they kick it on the ground, and that might be Jason York up at the 40-yard line. It is. So Bill Blankenship says if you're going to play that way and not kick it to one of my big-time players, I'll just put my starting offensive back in there.
Now you have to wonder, what has this downtime done to Tyler Gooch?
Yeah.
Is he stiff? Is he going to be able to throw with the wind? You know, we're going to see right now.
And good field position just across the 40-yard line for the Union Redskins. An offense that has been very steady this year, and York can find no room. He's tackled in the backfield. A lot of black shirts, and 56 Ben Bowie is the guy you'll see a lot of tonight. He is a major college prospect.
It's going to be a battle up there, and if we had one camera we could dedicate in there, it would be the inside with the Ben Bowie playing his defensive tackle position against the guards and center of Union. What a game that's going to be within the game.
3 receivers to the top of your screen, 1 at the bottom. And Gooch is going to throw. As time incomplete, and a nice hit by Strange on Jay Felker at the line of scrimmage makes it 3rd and 11.
Union checked off at the line of scrimmage, going to the hitch pattern. Gooch to Jay Felker. The ball's a little bit high. The corner makes a fine play, number 34, Strange. It's going to be 3rd and long now. Anticipate maybe a 3-man rush here, but Broken Arrow staying with the 4-man rush.
Gooch is an interesting athlete, was really regarded as an athletic quarterback. Now he is regarded as one of the better quarterbacks in the metro areas. He looks for the speedster Wimberly. Incomplete, but a flag down, and we might get pass interference against the Tigers. Justin Fiorentine, as you see there on the coverage.
Officials are discussing it. It was 3rd and long. Union decided just to go for the go ball. A little bit of pressure on Tyler Gooch right there, Don. He still had time to release the ball. Wasn't really over his outside shoulder, but apparently we're going to have an interference call.
Well, it's been penalties that have bugged this Union team this season. Broken Arrow has not been stung, but only about 6
interference against defense. Number 19.
6 penalties a game.
That's automatic first down.
Big play right there. Had Broken Arrow held right there, momentum is even stronger on the east bench.
As it is, it moves it just into BA territory. at the Tiger 46. Don King, Dave Rader, J.B. Haney with you. Second round coverage live on TCI. Replays Saturday morning. If you've missed some of this first quarter, you've missed a great start. And the replay at 9:30. In motion is Blankenship. Hand to York. We haven't seen him yet. And he gets the ball to the 37-yard line, or 42-yard line, I beg your pardon, a gain of 4.
Union has done this the past couple of games of setting Caleb Blankenship out as a wide receiver and bringing him back in as a blocker. Nice concept right there by the Union coaches.
There is a look at York's numbers, and he is the 9th runner in this decade, coach, to run for over 1,000 yards for Union. They make a habit out of it, don't they? Here he comes again, but he's stacked. 88 Blackwell got the pleasure of jumping over the tackle as Bowie, 56, again led the way.
Bottom of the pile is Big Ben Bowie. Looked like they may have had a little bit of movement up front, and they did. A little bit of a game of the defensive line, slanted Ben Bowie in right between the guard and center gap, and that's hard to block Ben Bowie when he gets that much ahead of his team.
He is a handful. He squats 540 pounds, so that tells you a little bit about his strength. 3rd and 7. Gooch can run as well as throw. They know it. It is complete, but was he in bounds? Yes, at the 31-yard line. And Jay Felker makes the grab for another Union first down. Tyler Gooch just answered me something right here, Dave.
Well, they had a little pressure last time. Now they put Tyler out on the corner. Nice move here by Jay Felker. He really pushed hard off the corner, giving himself room to make this catch. We can even see it from this angle, how Jay kept his feet in bounds. Another big first down.
Jay Felker's coming on here the last few weeks of the season. It's been Janae most of the year, but Felker has made some nice catches, as has Blankenship, who caught a touchdown, I believe, last week against Stillwater, or rather against Muskogee. First down for the BA 31 with 3 minutes to go. First quarter, as you see the clock. Glad you're with us on TCI. And Jason York buries his head and plows inside the 25-yard line.
Don, I think someone would say that was running with an attitude. Great forward lean by Jason York there and moving the chains.
A lot of it has to do in the trenches, and the offensive line, the Hogs as they are called, certainly led the way that time.
Buchanan, Dresser, and Chambers is going to be a big key for the Union offensive line.
Janae is number 1, the big receivers. We haven't even given you the Union offense. York is the running back who just gets another first down inside the 20 to the 17-yard line. Gooch, you know about the quarterback. The receivers are number 1, Jerome Janae. He's the game breaker. 16, Blankenship. And we talked about Felker, whom you saw earlier, number 8. We have a flag down after the run for the first down by York.
This could be a real critical call if it's a dead ball foul.
Dead ball personal. Unsportsmanlike. We did have a first.
So apparently the play will stand. So the 7-yard run would go for York in a first down. So this will be first in the long ways.
In college football, they changed the rule a couple of years ago where you would not ever have a 1st and 25. Same rule applies in high school now. We used to have the 1st and 25. They thought that was unfair. The rules committee changed that, so it is a penalty, but the first down chain comes back with you, so now we have 1st and 10.
Don King, Dave Rader, J.B. Haney with you. A little over 2 minutes left, first quarter. Blitz is coming, and Gooch gets rid of it. Blankenship open. Touch. No, I beg your pardon, down at the 1-yard line. I spoke too soon, didn't I? Tell you what, it's a great read, though, by Gooch.
Nice read. I don't know. As we look at the plate here, you can see there's a lot of people up front for Broken Arrow. I think Tyler sees the blitz. I don't know if he checked or Coach B made the call. He comes back. Excellent protection right here. Coming off the corner just a little bit too late to get Tyler. They leave Caleb Blankenship, number 16, wide open. Nice play by the DB, number 19, coming to bringing him down.
Yeah, Ronaldo made the touchdown-saving tackle. Gooch, meanwhile, squirms his way to the goal line. No signal, and they're going to rule him. Apparently, now they're going to rule him in.
Should be a touchdown.
Spoken like a true quarterback. Was rooting for that other quarterback to get in the end zone. Do you ever get to sneak the ball in, then it'll let you run with it?
Yeah, but always checked off. What an answer by the Union Redskins.
Well, I mean,
it was not bad defense by Broken Arrow. Union came back and responded extremely well on that drive.
Right after the penalty.
Exactly.
Here's the extra point kick from Gibbons, who's hit 37 in a row, including one tonight. And a flag down as his kick is good. Andy Hogan, the referee's now into a situation he's got to get control of this game because we've had a couple of personal fouls as it is.
But, you know, Don, I'm glad that they did that. If you're going to take control of the game, you never like to see an official make that call in the fourth quarter after he's let it get out. You do those things in the first quarter. And can you believe we're still in the first quarter, 2 minutes remaining, 28 points have already been scored. I'm glad to see officials do that.
Well, the Broken Arrow offense has been pretty hot lately, and the Union offense has been
roughing the kicker
strong all year.
And it's a extra point was good. We'll penalize on the kickoff.
I think Mr. Hogan knows he's on the two tonight.
I think he does.
We talked about the offensive line. Big Chambers right here getting some push. And Tyler just continues to work his body. He never into the end zone. He never stopped momentum, Don. That's why they never blew the whistle. His momentum continued towards the end zone, and then he rolled on in, and it should have been a first touchdown.
All right, Dave, we'll test your knowledge here. Not right now. You don't have to answer, but we'll give you a shot here on our TulsaSportsWeb.com trivia question. Name the quarterback who led the Tigers to their first regular season win over the Redskins in 1986. They first met in the playoffs in 83 and then met, which has now been uninterrupted since 86, was it Roger Burnett, John Nickel, or Jeremy Fairchild. Tigers' first win over BA in 83 in the playoffs. They won again in 86. They then won again a few years later in 1989, 13-6. BA won 3 of their first 4, but since then, Union has won 10 in a row, and this kick way out of bounds after the penalty that was assessed on the kickoff, and so the Tigers will get it at the 20-yard line, and downstairs we go to JB.
Well, Don, one thing for sure that I think every coach wants, and that's for a team to answer. I think we have just seen that here when Union answered by tying this game back up.
Well, you know, JB, we saw that in the Jinx game, remember, when Jinx went ahead for the first time in the fourth quarter, and Gooch brought them back, and I was concerned about what Tyler Gooch would do after the BA touchdown, but Tyler Gooch has shown me something here again. As Nickel is hit as he throws, and that one sails a bit over the head of Matt Strange. Nice pressure put on, if you're a Union fan, from Jeremy Davis, number 41, who leads them in sacks.
Jeremy Davis has been a force already in this game. We've spoken of him 2 or 3 times already. It's important to note right now, Don, that Bo Snyder is in the game.
He started practicing Wednesday. He's been out with an ankle injury.
Mickey Nickel right here. Again, the offensive line showing the pass right there. And then here comes big number 41. Puts the pressure just enough to knock him off.
Look at Nickel weave his way through traffic across the 25, and he's near the first down marker. No doubt about it, Mickey Nickel was very excited to play this game here at Union Tuttle Stadium. He is still very good friends with some of the Union players.
When you're 6'2", 205 pounds and can run the way he does, you can understand why he constantly wants to turn upfield and try to get the first down.
He's bigger than you don't notice that he's that big until you're standing next to him. He's a pretty good-sized kid.
The weight training programs of high school football anymore are phenomenal. The kids are so much bigger, faster, and stronger now than they were just even a few years ago.
After the gain of 9, 3rd and 1. Fullback Jones gets the call, stopped at the line of scrimmage, but his forward progress might have given him the first down. We'll see if they want to measure. Andy Hogan, our referee, takes a glance at it, says, no, it's good enough for me. It's right on the 30, and that's where the possession started at the 20.
Key series of downs right here. There's a minute to go in the first quarter, Don. Union has to be thinking, if we can hold them right here and force a punt into the wind, you know, we can have a little bit of momentum now, start gathering on our bench and really take it into the second quarter with us.
And now Nickel calls a timeout, and that has to concern Rick Jones, because now you really help Union by possibly kicking into the wind, should you lose on downs here.
No question, it's a key timeout. It was, I don't know if he was confused, or didn't like the look or whatever, but for sure he didn't like what he had called, and he wanted to go over and talk it over with Coach Jones and make sure they're doing exactly what they want to do.
That's their second timeout of this first quarter also. If you were wondering how to get to TulsaSportsWeb.com, just get online and go www.TulsaSportsWeb.com. We preview the high school game for you each week. You can go to the TCI page. You can also go to the trivia question, and the 5 people will pick tonight. First 5 correct answers will win prizes from Tulsa Sports Web. Again, the quarterback who led the Tigers to their first ever regular season victory in 1986 over the Union Redskins. Again, the first time these two teams ever met was 1983 in the playoffs. They've never met before, even though they're neighborhood rivals. VA won the game 16-0 here at Union Tuttle Stadium. There have been some great games between these two schools that we've had the pleasure of bringing you on Channel 9, and this one could very well be one of them. Tied 14-14, 44 seconds left first quarter, and look at Nickel, his strength as he throws it off the back.
Who's there, Don?
Posting, intercepted by Snyder, and Union has the ball at their own 40.
We have a flag on the play, Don. I don't know if it's going to be roughing the passer or just what happened. The Union defense has been close to the line of scrimmage all night long. Broken Arrow has been good on the play-action fake, and now they're going to go for everything. Here comes the play-action fake. Nickel back to pass, kind of throws it off his back foot. That would be one reason you would think the ball would die, but he's so strong with his arm that he still continued over the receiver into the wind, and then Bo Snyder's out there. That's why Union's defense had to have Bo Snyder. Not only his leadership ability, but his playmaking ability.
We saw it in the state championship game a year ago, and you look at this Union defense, and it just it has stars all over it. Bo Snyder, that's his second interception of the year.
Unsportsmanlike penalty against Black.
So apparently the penalty against the Redskins, another unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against them, happened after the interception.
Don't be surprised on the first play, Don. Union tries big yardage quick.
Because they had the wind at their back?
The wind at their back. And Coach Blankenship likes to get big yardage plays and take control of the game.
For Union, look at their turnover ratio this year. Now plus 24. Oh, that's strong. York to the 30, and that's all. Nice tackle in the open field for Broken Arrow, and another flag goes down as Bowie makes the tackle, and one of the offensive linemen was chawing at one of the Broken Arrow players, and they're going to throw another personal foul, I believe, against the Redskins. Wow.
This will be a big play. I'll tell you what, Josh Rogers right there made one fine play. Looked like Union was to the corner, Don. Josh Rogers came off his block and made the play. Or that play was going to get first down yardage plus.
Take a look again at the speed of York.
Right here, looks like he's open. Here comes Rogers. Off his block, makes a play.
Personal foul, number 71.
Andy throwing the number in there. Not supposed to do that in high school.
There's no call to do that in high school or college.
But we all knew who it was. At least I did, but I wasn't doing the same thing. Rick Jones would love a turnover right here, wouldn't he, Dave Rader?
Turnover would be great for the Broken Arrow defense, the whole team. Let's see what happens.
24 seconds, clock ticking. First quarter about to come to an end, and Brad Blackwell 88, Clint Billingsley 37. Make sure that York can't go any further than 2 yards, and that will take care of what has been an exciting first quarter from Union Tuttle Stadium. A near sellout here for the second round of the playoffs. Now they stop the clock after the 2-yard run. This is a series that has been dominated by Union. They've won 12 of 15 meetings, including 10 in a row. Bill Blankenship has never lost to the Tigers. And, of course, he replaced Rick Jones at Edmond and then replaced Coach Jones at Union. Now it's Jones and the BA Tigers putting it to Union here after one quarter. We are tied at 14 on the Tulsa Auto Collection Game of the Week from TCO.
I like choices and variety when it comes to, well, everything, including television. That's why there was no other choice for me but TCI Digital Cable. They offer a lot more channels. Tons of sports like ESPN News, more premium channels, including 3 channels of HBO, and a lot more pay-per-view choices. It's like the world's biggest amusement park. And I got my own personal tour guide.
Went on to University of Oklahoma, and you can't get away from Union, can you, Kyle?
Lord, no. When you come back to this stadium, it just brings back so many memories. And I tell you what, you really got to credit Benny Dixon and Bill Blankenship. They've just done a fantastic job. They just carried that tradition so far up to another level that it's just unbelievable. The atmosphere is fantastic.
Always good to see you, Kyle. Back up to Don.
All right, thank you very much, JB. As we start the second quarter, second down after the penalty. That one's overthrown at the 23-yard line for Union, looking upfield for 82, the tight end Zach Simmons. Look at the stats here quickly, Dave. After one quarter, Broken Arrow 7-4 in first downs. Look at the rushing. BA 116, Union 20.
They had the ball so much, and the option game was working so well, but that is an incredible stat.
144 total yards for BA in the first quarter, Union 64.
You wouldn't expect to see that, especially when it's tied at 14-all.
Sure wouldn't. Here we go for Union, second and long as well. Second and 20. The pass incomplete. Now third and 20 from the Union 17, and Janae on the reverse. At the 25-yard line, that's it. Ronaldo 19 got him, and Janae might have twisted the ankle. Looked as though he got twisted on the tackle, and he's been bothered by a bad ankle all year, and he comes up limping. And that's a huge setback if he's unable to go. As Ron Walker from EOC helps him out.
It's going to be a severe blow to the Union team if Janae cannot play. He comes around on the reverse right here. Not going to be enough for a first down. Rolls on out. Questionable hit there. Sure. Could have been a late call hit right there, Don.
Back to punt is Spavital, and this will be his first punt of the night. Mickey Nickel, the quarterback, is back to receive, and a timeout Union. So there's a timeout on the field. We'll come back and sort it out. We're very early second quarter, and we're still tied 14-all. Find out the condition of Janae. Well, that's a huge blow, Dave. If he can't come back into the game, he has done everything for them this year.
He's averaging about 20 yards per reception. That is an incredible stat.
Block kicks. Here's a block kick, and the Tigers try to cover it at the 12-yard line, and they are just making things happen in the second round of the playoffs. Coming up with it, number 27, I think it was, for the Tigers, and BA is cooking again.
The turnover of which he spoke about just a little while ago when the ball was on the north end after the quarter change. Over from the right side, there's going to be a break. And overloaded the side. I believe it's number 42 comes in and blocks a punt. Big change in the game.
Down at the 12-yard line, fake to Jones, and the pitch to Strange, and he gets maybe a yard, and that's about it. 17, Aaron Dillard, the strong side linebacker, chasing him out. Everybody, of course, throughout the years been talking Jinx Union, Jinx Union. Let's take a look at the block punt.
Spavital doing the punting, and excellent reel there. You can teach from that right there on how to block a punt.
42, Michael Wood, the sophomore, getting it done. 27, I'm afraid to say, isn't on our program, isn't on my roster, so I'm not sure exactly who that was that recovered the block kick.
Don, if the Union defense can come up to the occasion and keep Broken Arrow out of the end zone, it will still be a momentum boost for them with the turnover this deep in their territory.
I understand from the truck. Thank you, guys. Chris Seifert was the one that recovered the block kick. Nickel does a great job of turning it back inside, and to the 5-yard line he goes on second down.
What a play by Mickey Nickel. That play was defended extremely well as you can defend this option, and he just made the guy miss, and with his speed and his strength, and it gets it down to the 5-yard line. Right here, makes the man miss. Gets hit on the 8-yard line, Don, and then his strength and his size carries him to the 5. Outstanding job of Mickey Nickel.
Broken Arrow fell behind 7-0. Tied it at 7, went ahead 14-7. Union came back to tie it. Here the Tigers knocking on the door again until the black shirts of Union stop Nickel on third down. Back at the 7-yard line, and leading the way, Spavital, the free safety, number 30.
Nice job by Zach Spavital, but I tell you what, Cameron Goodwin came from inside out and was chasing the quarterback, Mickey Nickel, down, and just a tremendous play by the Union defense right there.
Again, the Union defense coming up big anytime their opponent gets in the red zone. And you see they don't allow much. 3 straight shutouts before tonight. Shackelford to hold. Sanders, who's kicked 3 field goals this year, tries one from 22 yards, and it's good. And the Tigers are in front again. Timeout on the field, 9.5 to go. First half, it's the second round of the playoffs. The winner advances to the state semifinals next weekend. And downstairs to JB. Coach, you with us?
We just checked with Dr. Stanley from EOC on Jerome Janet's condition. He had a sprained ankle earlier, re-sprained it. They've retaped him, and he said he'd be back in action.
All right. That is certainly good news for the Redskins. And what a job, even though BA regains the lead, Dave. Good job by the Union defense to hold them to 3 points.
It's actually, if it could be a positive situation, it was for both sides. The points for BA, the no touchdown.
Kickoff at the 1-yard line. And he'll fight his way to the 20.
John Chisholm.
Chisholm, one of the backup quarterbacks, before he is grabbed by Ronaldo, 17, and 19, Fiorentine.
Don, Union finds themselves in the position once again to respond to the call. We're some 80 yards away from pay dirt. 9:23 left to go in the second quarter. See what happens this drive.
Jason York hasn't done much in this first half, and Union's only run for 20 yards. That one almost picked off. Philip Tobar came up from the secondary, actually linebacker position, knocked it away.
This is the bubble pass that Union is so adept at running. They do a fine job week after week. Tovar snuffed it out.
Actually, Dave, get you to talk about this one-back offense that Bill Blankenship adapted from you and Rocky Felker at the TU. After the incomplete pass, second down. York had the hold, but it was closed quickly by 62. And Ben Bowie also there. John Frazier, 62, the defensive end.
Ben Bowie comes out of nowhere on this, Don. It looks like there's going to be a hole open. And then you look on the left side of your screen, just a white flash comes in right there. Ben Bowie. White shirted flash right there.
He's being recruited by OU, Colorado, Nebraska, Texas A&M, Texas, USC, UCLA, Georgia, you name it, east to west. They're looking at number 56. Frazier, 62, can't catch him, and this is what makes Tyler Gooch so dangerous. To the 40, still on his feet. Tobar couldn't tackle him, and now Matt Strange can, but Tyler Gooch, who burned them in the season opener with a big touchdown run, has just carried it inside the 30 to the 28, and that's good for 51 yards.
What a play by Tyler Gooch, Don. What a call by the Union staff. The blitz coming from the outside. Tyler Gooch back up the middle, and now he uses his speed and his running ability. Look at the linemen downfield. Look at the wide receivers downfield. Everybody making a block for Tyler Gooch right there. He makes a guy miss. He's going to come around here now. He's going to break a tackle. Coming from the right side right there and down to the 28-yard line.
Blankenship in motion. We saw Janae downfield blocking, so he's back in. York looking for some room and gets down to the 25. We'll look at 24 coming off for Broken Arrow. That's Casey Jones, the free safety. He'll be replaced by a linebacker, Billingsley. York picks up 3 on that play.
Union picking up the pace a little bit here, trying to get the plays called a little bit quicker.
This is a Broken Arrow defense that bends but doesn't break. They showed it last week against Stillwater. They won that game 21-19. And York pounds his way forward, and he'll get a yard, and that's about it. That'll set up 3rd down.
Nice call by the Broken Arrow coaches here, bringing the blitz right into the teeth of the play. Outstanding job by the defense.
York this year, 22 touchdowns rushing, 5.5 yards per carry, and again over 1,300 yards rushing. He's had some big games this season. Jason York, as Gooch is down under. 3rd and 6. Trying to go up top, going deep. Knocked away at the last moment by Strange on Janae. Strange has just making plays like that all season. What a competitor this young man is, the 5'11", 175 senior.
What a play by Matt Strange. Excellent play fake by Tyler Gooch. He has time to throw. They have a man-on-man route on the outside, the corner route going to Janae, and right there knocking the ball away, setting up a 4th down situation, Don.
And they're going for it. Janae split to your right, to Gooch's right, out of the shotgun. 2 men in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to his left. Big 4th down play. Chased out of the pocket. Incomplete. The pressure put on by Tobar, number 11. And Broken Arrow has the ball back.
Working out the shotgun on that one, Don. Tried to get to the point a little bit, have to buy a little bit more time to hit the comeback. You see the running back slipping on the outside. Looked like here for just a second Tyler had room to run with it, but he's caught from behind, and Tobar puts enough pressure on him.
Broken Arrow got outgained last week by Stillwater. He talked to some BAE fans. They were rather embarrassed by what Stillwater did to them last week. Yet the Tigers, who came into this game averaging 142 yards rushing, have 124 in the first half, and now make that with the 7-yard gain 131. They're only 11 yards shy of their season average against a Union defense that's been giving up only 3 yards a carry against them this year. So the Broken Arrow offense in this first half has played very, very well. And Shane Jones, the fullback, has the first down, and you can move the sticks and melt the clock. And to me, Dave, that's one of the keys against a Union team. If you can play ball control and win the turnover game, you have a chance.
No question about it. Rick Jones right now has to be thinking, let's drive the ball. If we score, fine. If we don't, We're going to keep their offense off the field. We'll still go in at halftime with the lead. Either way, it's a win-win situation for him. Do not expect many throws right now. Expect the option to the wide side on this play.
Okay. That's their first down of the quarter and their 8th of the game for the Broken Arrow Tigers, who are leading 17-14 over one of the top teams in the country. And this pass by Blackwell, can't get it. Flag down, and Snyder has another pick.
Totally surprised me.
They caught Dave on guard, and Nickel threw it. Snyder might have his second pick. It's going to be a face mask against one of the two players, and apparently against Blackwell. And Bo Snyder showing you while he's in there. And not standing on the sideline with an ankle injury.
Bo Snyder may be the heart and soul of the Union defense. He's come up with 2 huge plays this game. That was not an easy play, especially when a young man's playing on a little bit of a weak ankle, to come back, make the pivot on the ball, go up and snatch it in midair, hang on to it as his face mask is being pulled. Outstanding play by Bo Snyder. Right here, I'm full totally. I'm thinking we're going to run the clock out here at the end of the half, trying to go for it all right here and look for an instant there. The tight end was going to be open. Outstanding play by Bo Snyder.
We have seen it all. You said we'd see it all. You were right. Midway through second quarter, great field position. After the penalty, they move it to the Broken Arrow 41, and Gooch on the option to the 30-yard line. And the Union fans want a flag and nothing to it.
Don't tell me that was number 34 on the tackle again.
Gooch picked up 9 on the play, down to or close to a first down. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Okay, a little play fake. They ran the reverse while ago to Janae. Now they fake it. Come with the option in the boundary. This is a well-conceived play right here. Excellent running, decision making by Tyler Gooch. And right here is why the fans are upset.
Blackwell and Strange on the tackle. York on 2nd and 1. Gets the first down, but that's about it. And 75 leading the way for the Tigers is Jason Wilhite, who plays defensive tackle, 6'1", 240 junior.
Now, Don, right now, I'm thinking that Coach Blankenship is thinking, let's score, but let's don't score too fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's score, but let's don't score too fast. Our defense has played many, many plays in this game. Let's give them a chance to rest. Plus, we don't want to give the Broken Arrow team a chance to score at the end of the half.
Look at that. Total possessions inside the 20. 38 have scored on 33 of them. That's precision. And York's one of the big reasons why we're going to have a holding here as York dips inside the 25. Penalties have just killed this Union team this year. They've had one Achilles heel. It's been the penalties. I'd say they're hitting pretty well down there, Coach.
Tremendous hitting going on. Don, this is why you live in Oklahoma for fall evenings like this. You know, getting to watch high school football. I want to tell you, it's great to be in Oklahoma and live in America and come to Union Tuttle Stadium on a Friday night late in November like this.
You're
right. You're preaching to the choir, Coach.
You're getting better than this right here.
That's right. And we are seeing one of the top teams in the country in the Union Redskins, who come in number 12, according to the Fox Sports Fab 50. Regionally, they're ranked number 3 in the Southwest region. So after the penalty, they get first down and 20 from the Broken Arrow 39. We got a new running back, a freshman. Look at Spencer McElway dive inside the 30-yard line. Put a freshman in this thing, will you? And see what happens.
Excellent blocking out front by the right side of the Union offensive line. You see the lineman downfield blocking, and then Spencer just gets airborne. I've had the opportunity to watch Spencer grow up over the years. He's an exciting player.
He is is their third leading rusher on the team. Scored a couple of touchdowns this year. We saw him score a touchdown on a brilliant run against Sand Springs. Gooch, draw play, 20. One man to beat, and he slips inside the 15-yard line, where he might have had 6. Matt Strange was staring him in the eyes.
I was going to say, Don, who was that one man?
It's Matt Strange. That would make you lose your balance.
What nice call again by the Union staff right there. Broken Arrow came with the blitz. It looked like a timely blitz. It was handled extremely well by the 2 guards in the center right here. Tyler read it well, went off to the right side for the big gain.
After the 14-yard run, down to the 14, Gooch hands off to York. And Jason gets some room to about the 8-yard line.
Don, do you sense a little bit that maybe that Union O-line is getting a little bit of a groove to them right now?
Getting some rhythm, aren't they?
That's a better word.
Well, I like groove. I come from that generation.
Dig it.
Solid, baby. 2nd and 4 from the BA 8-yard line. They show blitz and back off.
Same play.
Gooch to York. Touchdown Union. And the Redskins, after the interception by Snyder, a penalty against them, show you why they have been number 1 all season. But did they score too early? We'll find out with 3:37 to go. The extra point kick by Jake Gibbons. The hold from Gooch. And Jake is good again. What a first half we have had, and we've got a lot more, including the halftime show from Union Tuttle Stadium, as the Redskins now lead the Tigers 21-17. Doesn't get any better than this in the playoffs. BA Union live on TCI.
Testing one's strength starts at an early age. Wanting to be strong and look that way is
double team, a triple team back inside. York is going to take it here, read the block, go into the end zone. Nice job up front by the big men from Union.
Janet, buy you one of those telestrators for Christmas?
No,
You're
but
adept at that.
It's on my list now.
JV has been working on that thing all year long. We haven't been able to get him to draw a stick man on that thing, and you're breezing on that thing. All right, here we go. 21-17. They kick it away to Matt Strange. Yes, they do. He can scoot. He's home. Goodbye. 30. One man to beat. 40. Strange to midfield and out of bounds. Wow. Have we had some big plays in this first half?
Strange back to receive this kickoff. It was really a pretty good kick. We're going to see a couple of blocks right there. He busts through the line. The front line came down, and then Matt Strange with his speed on the outside. Gibbons, nice job right there, slow him down. Then you have Janae and Spavital to clean up, push him out of bounds. You talk about response after response after response. We got a tennis match here.
I get the feeling Mickey Nickel wants to take him into score here. Jacobs, with his speed, gets to the 40, and that's about it. He was clobbered down there by Gibbons. Down we go to JB.
Well, one thing for sure, Don and Dave, momentum is so important in a football game, and it seems like the defense steps up and picks it up for both teams. The offense comes right back on the field. They do the same thing. The special teams has also contributed, so this has just been great.
I don't know about you, JB, but you can sense that it's the second round of the playoffs, can't you? A trip to Stillwater up for grabs, if indeed they play in Stillwater next weekend. That's what Mickey Nickel would like. He wants to match what his brother did for Union in '94 when Union went to the state semifinals. And Shane Jones helped Mickey out by getting the first down at the 35-yard line.
What a play by Josh Dupree right there, coming from his weak side linebacker position. Outstanding blocking by the front of the BA line, and had it really sealed off to the backside. Dupree comes from the backside and makes the play right there.
Dupree's tough. 44 against 44 there. You ever seen Dupree's eyes? He wears those contacts. He has different colors. So I saw him tonight. I was afraid to look at it.
Mickey's checking off, Don.
Jones, the fullback. Nickel keeps. And nowhere to go. And the clock's winding down, as you see here in the first half.
Jeremy Davis again, big play. In the first quarter, similar type situation sent Mickey Nickel off on about a 50-yard jump. Yep. This time, the Union defense did not overrun it.
They stayed home a bit. Jacobs on the left wing, Strange on the right wing, and Jones is the only fullback. They split the slots, and Jones is in motion. To Jacobs. Look at Dupree come up, couldn't catch him, but slows him down, and the rest of the defense is there.
What a play. That play from the snap looked like it had a great chance to succeed. Dupree comes out of nowhere to make that play. You got to give it to Jacobs for breaking the tackle.
Is that a lateral or a pass? Lateral? Okay. Nevertheless, it's a loss of 2. There you see the look at what Broken Arrow has done running the football this year, predominantly running team, but yet you look at Nickel's stats coming in, almost 1,000 yards rushing and only 2 interceptions until the 2 tonight. Oh, Ronaldo can't hold that one in at the 15-yard line, just out of his reach. And it's 4th down. Now, with a minute 33, do you go for it here or do you punt?
Union again in man-to-man defense. Jake Gibbons, if you look right here, has put himself in a position to run in his hip pocket. Now, can he stay up with him? Let's see what happens. Nickel back to pass. The next look we'll see is that the receiver is behind the defender. As a defensive coach, you don't want to see that. The ball just a little bit out.
This time he hits Strange to the 20. That's a play that worked against Jinx, and it works here. Touchdown, Tigers. Now they're going to say he stepped out back at the 11-yard line. The official in the end zone did signal touchdown, but another referee, another official, the linesman, came down and said, no, he stepped out at the 11. This has been a big play for them all year.
This is so nice. Very well set up. Strange was up in the wingback position. Came back underneath the linebackers. They found him on the left side. What a strike again by Mickey Nickel.
Big 4th down play, and they convert. Needing 11, they get 21. Down to the down to the Union 11-yard line after the 25-yard play. With a minute 25 to go, you know Mickey Nickel would love to score it himself if he could against his former school. Receiver to each side. Jacobs in motion. Nowhere to go. And 41, Davis shows his speed. He was a cornerback last year. They said if you want to play, we'll move you to the defensive end, and he's been sensational. Broken Arrow has burned 2 timeouts in this half.
Nickel down the side. You just had a feeling this play was coming. Union in front of the play, forcing Mickey Nickel to come up towards the line of scrimmage and maybe a little bit quicker than he wanted to. The backside pursuit runs it down.
2nd down and 13 from the 14. Nickel has a touchdown, BA. The touchdown for the Tigers has them in the lead again. And the catch by Jamison Hummel. He hasn't caught many this year. Only his 2nd grab of the year, and both for touchdowns. Wow. are back in front, 24-21. Jinx couldn't put 24 in the first half on Union, but the BA Tigers have.
From the right side, we can't see the receiver. He's somewhere over in here. He's just going to run the basic post pattern. We're going to get our play action fake because everybody in the stadium just knows Broken Arrow is going to run the option over here. Nickel comes back, looking downfield. Just a nice move. We can't see Hummel's move right over here to see how he can get open so much. Just turn the defensive back around.
With him looking left, did they all drift that way, and then that player, and then Hummel snuck in the
No,
scene?
because I don't believe so, because Union was in a man-to-man type situation. The defender is looking at his man all the way. Should not have been looking at me.
192 yards of total offense in this first half, and look at the drive. 8 plays, 47 yards with 42 seconds left on the clock. So indeed, Union, who scored on Jason York's 8-yard touchdown run with 3:37 to go first half, did score too soon, Dave Rader, as you pointed out.
Big play of the drive was kickoff return.
Mickey Nickel, before that drive, was 3 of 8 passing with 2 interceptions, but he had some big pass plays to Strange for 25, and then a 14-yard TD pass to Hummel. And they don't want to kick it to Janae, so it's taken at the 24-yard line. Bang. Up at the 34-yard line for the Union Redskins, and it's Spavataw with the return. TulsaSportsWeb.com. Don't forget, you can get online with us this evening and vote for whom you think the quarterback who led the Tigers to their first regular season win over the Redskins in 1986. Was it Roger Burnett, John Nickel, or Jeremy Fairchild? From the 34, Gooch, he wants to set something up and fires to the 40-yard line to Janae. The first time he's touched the ball, and you can tell that ankle bothering him a bit, and he'll move the sticks. It's a gain of 11.
Daniel, I think Union is really disappointed now that they had to burn that timeout on the punt situation.
Yeah, you're right. Up to the 46-yard line. Gooch is 3 of 8 passing. Instead, he'll run. And he gets near the sideline, still on his feet, and steps out at the 36-yard line with 16 seconds left. And keep in mind, even though they're down by 3, they have a very good field goal kicker in Jake Gibbons, whose longest this year of 47 yards.
They have a chance for 3 plays here. That may include field goal, but you got a chance for 3 snaps.
Do you already have those 3 plays scripted?
Well, Coach Blankenship, I bet he has a real good idea of what he wants to do.
First down from the 37. And instead of going to the sideline, he cuts in, cuts out. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Union. Unbelievable. And now it's the Tigers who scored too early with 42 seconds left on the first half clock. I knew I'd get you up here and all this offense would break out.
I was just about to say, it looks as though Broken Arrow is just daring Union to run, but it was the time of the game they had to dare him to run.
Yeah, they had to sit back, didn't they?
And then the quarterback draw comes through. What an exciting player is number 19, Tyler Gooch.
He is fun to watch. Now, did they borrow this from your playbook well, the swinging gate extra point thing?
I'm not sure. I haven't been able to speak with them on that. Mike Foster, a very fine special teams coach at the University of Tulsa, is really good at this concept and knows a lot about it.
Well, it worked, if I'm not mistaken, last week. I think Tulsa might have run it.
Dead ball. Personal foul.
Wow, a personal foul penalty. Now Jake Gibbons has the task of a 35-yard extra point. This could be a big point here. It's got the distance, but it's no good as it sails to the left. Wow. 7 seconds left on the clock, and keep that in mind after yet another personal foul penalty against the Redskins in this game. Nevertheless, after PA scores with 42 seconds left, the Redskins come back in 3 plays on the 37-yard run by Gooch.
If you look here, Broken Arrow, and there's another guy back in there somewhere, is wanting to take away the 3 receivers from Union. There's another receiver down at the bottom. They have him there. Looks like you can run up the middle. There's only 1 back. Well, no, there's 2 backs because Union plays with Tyler Gooch at quarterback. He comes through, he receives excellent blocking up front, breaks a tackle, and now is going to make the move. What a block by Darrell Wimberly right there. Springs Gooch into the end zone. The play, the penalty must have been a celebration penalty. That's the only thing I can figure out. One more time. Just let the play speak for itself.
And Tyler Gooch this year has run now for 6 touchdowns.
Reminiscent of how Tyler really hurt Broken Arrow in the first game when he broke the long run right as the half was ending, almost in the same part of the field.
Now, that was a 43-yarder, and then he hit Janae for a 53-yarder in that game. This is an offense that has averaged over Bill Blankenship's tenure of 35 points a game, almost 40 points a game the last 3 years. And they are tough to beat, winning 14 in a row here at home, 31 of their last 32 at Union Tuttle Stadium, and with 6 seconds left, the Tigers get 1 more crack. I'm not sure I can stand it. I'm worn out after 1 half. I'd put a knee down if I was Mickey Nickel to save us all another breath.
You would think they would put a knee down.
They won't.
I'm not surprised now he's going to throw it deep.
Well, he certainly doesn't have anything to lose here except an interception. And
nope, they're going to
wouldn't really care about that. He is going to put a knee down. I applaud him for that.
In their own right. But what has happened tonight, the punt return by Union set the pace, and then it all went to Broken Arrow. The onside kick, the block punt, the huge kickoff return. Okay. All those 3 things set up points for Broken Arrow. To me, that's why the game is as tight as it is.
Well, let's take a look at the first half highlights, and we'll let Dave tell you about the plays. And
Union hasn't had really that many offensive plays in the first half. Right. They're going to get the kickoff now. For them to respond here with another score means that they went back-to-back scores since they scored right at the end of the half.
Good point. You have certainly, while at TU, recruited Broken Arrow and Union athletes. Tell me about what kind of player you get from Rick Jones at Broken Arrow.
You get a well-disciplined, strong athlete. These 2 programs, the programs in this area do get such an outstanding job. It's no surprise Rick Jones had his guys ready to play.
Well, again, they want to kick it away from Janae, who's bothered by a sore ankle. And at the 28-yard line and up near the 40, scoots the return man, and that, I believe, is Spavital again. Dave, take a look at your stats here.
Here's stats. As we look at it, again, quite a few plays. We're looking at 55 plays in the half. The rushing yards, Union having more. Is that right?
Total yards?
On the rushing yards?
Rushing yards? I'm not sure that we'll see.
Okay. And
penalties is something.
Penalties have hurt Union all night long.
Yeah. They've averaged almost 10 penalties a game. They've got 7 in the first half.
Now that rushing stat would be good because Tyler has how many running himself?
He had over 100 himself. He had 112.
Okay. You always seem to think
York had 40, right at 40.
Well, that may be a surprising stat there. Is that, they had 25 plays and still had 188 yards rushing. That's pretty doggone good. Now, to get 4 yards in the first play to come out of the box, you're thinking if I'm a Union coach, that's the way we want to establish the second half.
Well, the big-time players have stepped up in this game, and let's not forget the first. Early third quarter. Wimberly complete. First down, Darrell Wimberly. He has primarily been a defensive back throughout the season, but when called upon on offense, he has made some big catches, including a big one late in the game against the Jinx Trojans. He makes the catch here and moves the chains.
Looking at this again, Don. Man-to-man coverage by Broken Arrow. Pretty doggone good coverage. You can see how well Tyler Gooch sets up to throw the ball. And you talk about throwing a slant. You tell your quarterback time and time again, put it on his body, put it on his body. That ball was on his body.
Tiger defense would look for a big turnover here. The reverse to Janae. Big-time player, but this time he is met in the open field by Fiorentine, and what a play by the BA senior. Down we go to JB.
Thanks, Don. Quite a difference in the attitude on the bench over here on the Union side, and I think you can see the same thing across the way at Broken Arrow. They are much more serious. They're still doing just a little bit of maybe trash talking, trying to get in one another's head, but I think we're going to see just a hard-nosed football game the rest of the way, and a big series right now for Union.
You're right there. 4-yard run by Janae when it looked like he really didn't get anything. The Hogs are grunting and groaning on the offensive line for Union. That's what they call him. Gooch this time wrapped up, tries to pitch it out. It'll stand, and York gets an extra yard out of all of that before 17 Ronaldo comes up. Are they going to call that a pass?
They're ruling it an incomplete pass. Right. That's why the whistle was so late. Probably heads-up call by the referee.
A dangerous play here by the Union quarterback.
It worked really well the first half. Credit to Broken Arrow coming out and covered it this half. Right here, Tyler Gooch is trying to keep his balance, and you can see that the ball was pitched forward.
Another big third down play. They have converted one of 2 third down plays. The other time they went for it on 4th down and converted. Wimberly's open, the defender fell down, and Wimberly gets to the 20 as Fiorentine was lucky enough to get up and make the tackle. First down, Union.
Hard to say why he fell down, Don. Sometimes you just lose your footing. It doesn't matter what surface that you're playing. But he did get right back up and made a fine tackle, because at one time he thought the advantage was really to Wimberly there for the touchdown.
And the Redskins are showing you why they are number 1 in the state, number 12 in the country. They have started at the 40, moved to the 20, and Blackwell wraps him up and won't let him get any farther than the line of scrimmage. Brad Blackwell is a warrior, number 88. He's a baseball pitcher as well. He's been playing injured throughout the year. Their leading tackler for 2 seasons.
That was a really nice play by Brad Blackwell. He read that play to a T, and then stepped up there and had the fortitude to make the stop.
Boy, when you think of BA defense in the years, you can think of some pretty good linebackers that they have had. Blitz, down he goes, loose football, picked up, and York can't get it any farther as Tovar, number 11, applied the leather to Gooch. And again, the Redskins on this drive can cover one of their own fumbles.
Here we come. You see the pressure is going to come from the outside. The blitz situation coming. Union is going with the 3-step drop. There's only so long that you can hold the ball on that, Don. You have to get rid of it on 3 steps. If you don't, then the outside pressure is going to get you. That's exactly what happened.
Big time play by the Tiger defense. Billingsley at linebacker comes out, and they insert the nickelback, Casey Jones. And it's 3rd and 16 from the Tiger 26 as the Redskins have melted 7 minutes to start the second half. Complete, but not enough for the first down at the 14-yard line is Jay Felker. His second grab of the game and his 15th of the season, second best behind Janae.
Union's going for it, Don. Nice route there by Jay Felker. Nice curl. Tyler hits him on the timing.
And that really sets up a 4th and 4 play here, right?
Here comes the timeout.
Second timeout by Union in this drive as well. So they only have 1 timeout remaining, and we're 4:32 left in the 3rd quarter. The Redskins are on the move for the 4th down when we come back.
You've made your decisions. You visualized how you want your home to look. When it's time to redecorate, there's no need to fight the 41st Street traffic. Roll into the Carpet Center where it's easy to...
Gooch. He's going to have to run it to the 10. First down, Union. And he just barely made it.
What a play by Tyler Gooch, Don King. Jay Felker came open on the comeback route. Not sure why he didn't release it. He must have sensed he was off balance on his footing there and didn't release the ball. Here he is looking at him. He's looking back over the middle right there. There's no one open in the middle and makes the guy miss and then lunges forward.
He's got to get just inside that yellow line, and where his knee touched is just inside the 10-yard line. That is their 4th first down of this drive that started at their own 40.
Second 4th down conversion.
Janae back in motion. Boy, nowhere to go that time. And Josh Rogers, 59, makes another superb play. The 6'1", 205-pound sophomore.
Coming out of here, this play is set up extremely well. Tyler's going to look at this play tomorrow and say, I should have pitched it, especially when you get a smack like that from Big Rogers.
Defensive ends for BA are just strong. 59 Rogers, 62 Frazier. In fact, Frazier had the big defensive play last week.
Comes the blitz.
Stillwater. York is there, though. However, somehow out of all of that, as the defender, I believe it's Blackwell, was blocked to the ground, somehow he reached up and pulled York down.
Somebody came out of the secondary to make the bottom of that pile, and I'm not so sure it was not Gablett. That was Fiorentine, didn't it?
Wow. 16 plays in this drive, is that right?
No, it's Clint Billingsley. What a nice play for Billingsley right there.
Gain of only a yard on the last play. 3rd down. Draw to York. He gets popped. Again, this time it's Frazier, the defensive end I talked about on the previous play, who last week returned the fumble, Dave, to beat Stillwater 62 yards, I think it was, somewhere around there, 64-yard fumble return for the game-winning touchdown, 21-19 over Stillwater.
What a game that was. Broken Arrow defense continually putting Union in a 4th down situation. Here comes another one.
18th play of the drive. They've taken 10 minutes off the clock. Incomplete. And the Tigers have held. And the momentum switches to the other side. And now the pressure is put on the Union defense, which again, let me repeat it because I think it's worth repeating. This season, the Union defense gave up 23 points in the first half all year. They gave up 24 in the first half of this game.
Kicking game has had a lot to do with that. Mickey Nickel had a lot to do with that.
Almost 10 minutes, Dave. 9 minutes and 52 seconds off the 3rd quarter clock. And Shane Jones runs with abandon across the 10-yard line.
Now, somebody's going to answer either Broken Arrow's offense or Union's defense. Coach Blankenship apparently was very determined to get the touchdown there. They went for it for 3 4th downs. They had opportunities to score, showing a lot of confidence in their offensive line and their whole team to make that happen. And really showing a lot of confidence in the defense, saying they can hold Broken Arrow down here and force the punt.
Mickey Nickel missed the first game of the year. In fact, the first few games with mono. Counting back for district play, and Broken Arrow's offense really took off. Here on 2nd and 5, he can't take off. Too many black shirts around, and he might have lost a yard.
If you look on the right side of the defensive line, Big Aaron Rooney's in the game right here. Here comes the fake, the play. And here you see the offensive guard coming around, leading Mickey up into the hole. Then, boom, big 90. Aaron Rooney plays his blocker, sheds the blocker, and then makes a tackle. Fine play.
Rooney has been out most of this season with, I believe, an ankle injury. But he's back in and playing well. Now it's a big 3rd down play for BA. Nickel, nice pinch, Strange, 1st down Tigers. and 6, and Strange and Nickel combined for the first down play.
Boy, the sleight of hand here by Mickey. You're going to think that he has handed this ball off and Union has made the play here. But watch closely. The ball snapped. And he's going to pull it right at the last instance. There's a big crowd of people there. Here comes Nickel outside, makes the pitch. Big first down by the Tigers.
Shane Jones, the fullback, no room whatsoever. And no gain. Shane Jones was hot late in the year. He had been bothered by injuries, but had stepped up with 3 100-yard games late in the season.
In the flexbone offense, you're always trying to establish the fullback. You have to make a defense take your fullback. Right there, looks like there was a play. Josh Dupree is playing outstanding tonight. Comes from the backside, makes another play.
Tigers, I think, have called a timeout.
I think we're going to let the clock run out.
Oh, yeah, we're already done with the third quarter. After the first half was just back and forth. Union evaporates 10 minutes off the clock, but couldn't put any points on the board, and it still stays the same as we head to the fourth quarter. 27-24 Union.
Grove 27-15 net in the third quarter, and Cassia Hall has defeated Pawhuska 26-0. That a final. Back to the game.
Thank you, Andy. Congratulations to Joy Medina and the Cassia Hall Commandos. Winning tonight. That's a big one.
They beat Pawhuska?
Yeah, they won at Pawhuska. Throttled them. Look at Jeremy Davis throttle Mickey Nickel right here.
Once again, you need big plays from your big players. Jeremy Davis, big play. You know, you're trying to get Nickel outside, and Davis wraps him up, brings him down, even with the loss.
You having fun yet, Dave?
Yeah.
Third down, 13, and Nickel has time. Going deep, incomplete for Fruget at the 40-yard line.
Outstanding coverage by Jerome Drenay. Excuse me, Don.
I was just going to say, interesting that you go that deep on 3rd and 13, because now Nickel has to punt in the shadow of his goal line.
Well, Union was up so close to the line of scrimmage, they had to go for this flag route. I mean, it's like you're sitting there. It's there. It's there. You got to go for the flag route. Janae does a nice job right there.
And Mickey, if he's been off a little bit tonight, he's overthrown a few receivers.
He has, but there's been some pretty good coverage. What happened the last time Broken Arrow punted?
Got blocked. Oh, no, I beg your pardon. Savannah call returned it. All right, early fourth quarter. We're coming back for much, much more. And it's still Union up by 3. In this series, this one could go down as a classic. It's only the second time, believe it or not, that these two have ever met in the playoffs. In fact, the first time they ever met was '83 in the state playoffs. Broken Arrow won that game 16-0. They then decided to start meeting regularly, and they did it starting in '86. PA won that game. And there's a loss of a yard to make it 2nd and 11, and John Frazier doing the honor on the freshman, number 3, Spencer McElwain.
What a play by John Frazier. You want to see him come from the bottom of your screen, come fight the block off Andy Dale. Those guys have been battling all night long, and he comes out, extends himself, lays his body vertical to the turf, horizontal to the turf, makes an outstanding play.
For a loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. The Redskins leading early fourth quarter by 3. Little swing pass out to McElwain. He's got 5. He dives for the marker, and he's very close to getting 10 and moving the chains again. And this guy is a kamikaze out there. He's a freshman. He doesn't know any better.
He's got to have his PF flyers on, because you remember when we were growing up, your PF flyers would make you do that.
Do you have red ones or black ones? Blue ones? Rogers and TU. Blue ones.
Looks like very, again, well-conceived play here. We make the play fake, slip McElwain underneath the blockers, and then he gets out with this lineman and then dives. It becomes airborne. Let's say it like it is. He becomes airborne for the first down.
Remember, he ran in the first half and went airborne as well. First down up to the 47-yard line after the 12-yard pass play. And first half, he had 2 ties and 4 lead changes. We've had no scoring yet in the second half.
Clint Billingsley is coming up on the counter trade and bringing an attitude. There is some tremendous collisions going on out there, Don.
Billingsley is a gentleman that will put a knot on your head in any opportunity. 6'2", 205 senior. He's been bothered by injuries this year, but he's playing in this one, second round of the playoffs. This might be a delay of game or procedure, we'll see while they sort this out. Broken Arrow, by the way, will open their season next year at Sepulpa and then open their new stadium, which should be ready against Union. What? I'm not thinking about next year for either team.
I hope they get it built.
Yeah,
Broken Arrow deserves that. They need it. The whole youth program needs it. The band needs it. The whole town's going to benefit by the new stadium. See here, somebody's going to jump on the right side of the line.
Makes it 2nd and 12. Gooch did this and burned him bad in the first half. Here he gets popped at the 50 after a 5-yard gain.
Hate to label certain plays, Don, we may be coming to the play of the game.
Tyler Gooch. He, like Nickel, very good baseball players.
You knew it was coming. You just didn't know when.
Blackwell wrapped him, and Casey Jones met him head on. 3rd down and 7. Union's been faced with big 3rd downs the entire second half. Janae can't get to the first down marker. Gavlik, number 5, Ronaldo, 19, or rather Fiorentine, 19, and it's not Janae, but Wimberly, number 2, and he's 2 yards shy with a 4th down coming up.
I'm thinking now that what a nice tackle by Florentine. Union's going to try the hard count, see if they can get Broken Arrow to jump. Take the penalty, they don't jump, and punt the ball. Let's see what happens.
8:20 as you see the clock rolling in the second half. Gooch falls down but fumbles. They're still scrambling for it at midfield. The Tigers think they have it, and they do. And it's Josh Rogers that picks it up.
It really didn't matter who got the fumble. It was 4th down. The ball was on turnover. Somehow Tyler came out from underneath the center and stumbled on his way. See if we can see what happens right here. Yeah, his leg is tangled with one of the lineman's legs. The ball's down. Union's not going to get the first down. It's a moot point. Who comes up with the ball there?
Near midfield, what great field position for Nickel, who pitches the Strange, and he gets 5 yards before he's pumped out of bounds. Matt Strange with 100 all-purpose yards in the first half. He set a school record, Dave, against Jinx a couple of weeks ago on Channel 9. 8 catches in that game, which was a school record. And that was good for 100 and, I think it was 28 yards, which also established the school record.
Wow. We come up here, this is the way Broken Arrow likes to run their offense, to get it to 2nd and 5.
Because that really makes Nickel more of a threat. You don't know if he's going to throw, right?
Exactly.
Run on the option. They're in Union territory. This is only their 2nd possession of the second half. They had only 6 plays until this timeout. 8:02 remaining in the game, and Rick Jones has the Tigers smelling a huge upset in the 99 state playoffs on TCO. Your TulsaSportsWeb.com trivia question. Name the quarterback who led the Tigers to their first regular season win over the Redskins in '86. Roger Burnett, John Nickel, or Jeremy Fairchild. Also, later in the game, we'll nominate 3 players from each side, and you can vote for players of the game. Rick Jones facing a 2nd and 5 while he was at Edmond. He took them to the state finals. He has never taken Broken Arrow past the 2nd round, and he wanted to say, by the way, last week when Broken Arrow beat Stillwater 21-19, it was the loudest he'd ever heard it at Kirkland Field as they closed that stadium, and he just wanted to say thanks to the fans. He wanted his players to go over and high-five people in the stands, but he thought that might be a little arrogant in the part of, or in the front of the Stillwater coach Bill Defee, whom he has a lot of respect for. So he certainly wanted to pass that along, that he appreciated what the Broken Arrow fans did last week. Meanwhile, for Union, Bill Blankenship is hoping his defense can make a big stand with 7.5 to go.
Right there, Bill's contemplating 2 game plans right there. One is, if Broken Arrow scores, what we do to return the score. If Union holds, how can we run out the clock and score at the end of the ball game?
3rd and about a foot. Nickel tries it, dives for it with the 6'2 frame. He just falls forward and has the first down.
Surge by the middle of the Broken Arrow line there makes it possible for Mickey to cross the first down strike. Big downs coming this way.
Right on the 40-yard line. Nickel had some big-time plays in that first half. Of course, he threw a touchdown pass, threw 2 touchdown passes in the first half. He has 10 on the season. 2 interceptions in the game, both by Bo Snyder, and only 4 picks on the year. Here he goes upstairs. At least wants to. Instead, he runs. Line of scrimmage, and he gets 5 out of it as he's bumped out of bounds by the linebacker, the All-State prospect, Josh Dupree. 6.5 minutes to go in the game.
Wow, what an athletic play by Mickey Nickel right here. Excellent coverage downfield. They were looking for Matt Strange on the under route. He is not open. There's pressure on Nickel. He avoids a tackle route, runs another one, and then Josh Dupree comes out, extends his body, gets horizontal with the ground, and forces Mickey out of bounds right there. Sets up, though, another 2nd and medium.
The last time Broken Arrow won at Union was 1989. Or I should say beat Union was 1989. In that game, I remember we did it on TCI. Steve Kyler returned a kickoff for a touchdown and then had an interception very late in the game to preserve a 13-6 win. 2nd and 5. Nickel has it. Has some room until he's cut from behind by 17. Aaron Diller, the linebacker, he might have saved 6 points on that play. He certainly saved the first down, I think.
Another fine play with Mickey. It looked like there may have been a little movement on the right side of the Broken Arrow line. Mickey comes down the right side, fakes the pitch, cuts up the field. He knows exactly where the sticks are located, striving for the first down.
And Spavataw came up to make sure he didn't get it. 3rd and 1, that tells the story. Union at the PA 31-yard line after they stopped Union on 4th and 2 at midfield, and Shane Jones has the first down, and twice in this drive they've had 3rd and 1 opportunities and have been able to convert, where Union had 4th and 2 and could not.
Union was very, very fortunate right there, Don. They had missed the line defensively and left the middle wide open. Of course, Broken Arrow attacked the middle with a fine fullback, and it was just an outstanding tackle. They could have gone the distance.
I remember a game between these two in '92 when Justin Fuente kept bringing Union back, and they beat the Tigers that night 20-16 on Channel 9. Here's Shane Jones, the fullback again, and he'll get a yard, and that's about it. Darrell Mansfield, 32 from his linebacking position, was on a pile, looked as though he reached up and tripped the fullback.
Rick Jones is thinking right now, I'm in 4-down territory. We'll establish a fullback. You know, we still want to score. We don't want to leave very much time on the clock for Union to come back. So we're in 4-down territory. We'll just continue to do this and just continue to do this and gradually get a first down.
Tigers had almost 200 yards total offense in the first half. Tonight, only 32 in the second half. But they've got a big drive going here. And Nickel inside the 25. And it'll bring up a third down and about 5. What heart this young man has, Mickey Nickel.
Tremendous performance this evening by number 7. You're getting down here to the nitty-gritty part of the game, Don. There's no surprise that number 7's carrying the ball. That's who you want to have it. Don't be surprised that somehow they get the ball number 34 Strange in this play.
Yeah. Some people, or sometimes you forget about him, and then all of a sudden he pops you with a big play. He scored 2 touchdowns tonight. Look out here, they try it, and Jones on 3rd and 5 loses a yard, and I think it might have been Craker, the defensive tackle, 59, that made the big play. Jeff Craker.
The first hit came from Jeremy Davis, and Craker came in to clean it up. You talk about one of the big plays of the game right there. Here on the right side of your screen, you see big Jeremy coming in. He's going to wrestle him down right there. It's just a fine play all the way around by Jeremy Davis right there.
Tigers have called a timeout with 3:12 left in the game, and it's 4th down when we come back. In the hands of their offensive line, Joel Shackelford the holder, and junior Aaron Sanders will try his 4th field goal attempt of the year. He's 3 of 3, but inside 30 yards. This one will be from 42 yards to tie the game with 3:12 left. It's got the distance. It is good. Aaron Sanders with a 42-yarder. We'll take another timeout and come back as you see Aaron Sanders tie the game. After Aaron Sanders' longest field goal of his career of 42 yards.
There's a little bit of problem with the snap, Don. It looked like there's going to be some pressure from Union on the outside. Aaron Sanders gets all of that ball, at least 10 yards further than any he's kicked this year in a game. Splits the uprights.
Beautiful. Let's go down to JV.
Thanks, Don. It's very interesting on the sideline to watch the coaching staff of the Union Redskins. They don't sense emergency, or I don't sense it. It's more of a confidence. They really have a lot of confidence in their players, both offensively and defensively, so we can look for a great 3 minutes left.
All right, thank you, JV. Get your thoughts, both of your thoughts here in a moment on Union that hasn't been in a close game this late in the season since the 3rd week of the year. Wimberly, Janae, this is Wimberly to the 15. And that's about it. 17-yard line, and Ronaldo, or rather, yes, Ronaldo 17 was there to make the stop. So the Redskins will start inside their own 20-yard line.
That's not where you want to start, Don. There was a little bit of confusion on the return right there, and Broken Arrow took full advantage of it.
In this half, for Union, only 1 penalty. They had 7 in the first half, but they have only 19 yards rushing in this half as well. And we'll check on Jason York as he gets the handoff from Tyler Gooch, and he pounds his way close to the 20 in a gain of only 2.
What a play by Ben Bowie, Don. That play's worked well all night for Union. They had it blocked well again. Ben just came off with this block in the last moment. Dug out and made the tackle.
Well, Alan Trimble, who might be watching this game in person or on the tube tonight with his wife Courtney, can tell you about this defense for BA, and especially Bowie, because in the second round of the playoffs last year at Jinx, they couldn't block Ben Bowie. 2nd and 8 from the 20. Caught by Wimberly, close to the first down. Fiorentine makes the tackle, and the linebacker Gavlik came over to make sure he didn't get any further. I think he'll be a little bit short of the first down.
As David mentions right there, Fiorentine grabs the shoelace here and brings Wimberly down, or he had a lot of running room. Tyler sets up extremely well right here, puts the ball on his belt buckle. Darrell turns it up. Nice tackle. Short of the first down.
Been the case all season on 3rd and short. Got the first down. The ball might have popped loose. I think he was down, though. I think they're going to rule him down at the 34, and they will.
When you get a play,
28-9, rather.
Get a play like this, you know the quarterback sneeze coming. Big Ben Bowie's going to come in there low, take on the blockers, and just try to stuff the quarterback. The double team Ben right there, which I think is a pretty good call.
Union has won 14 straight games here at home, 31 of their last 32. And in the Blankenship era, 43-6. And Wimberly gets by one man to the line of scrimmage and picks up about 4 yards. And as Gooch was falling down, they were lucky to get that one off.
It's the second time he's had problem coming out from taking the snap. That play looked like he had a long distance to go. Broken arrow came off and defense made a nice play.
After a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. And that's how much time is left in a 27-27 game. The only other close game this year, Union had to beat Jinx in overtime, and they're looking at it again. Unless Gooch can get out of bounds. And he does at the 45, and a flag comes flying through. Near the tackle. It stops the clock with 40 seconds, and keep in mind, Tyler Gooch scored a touchdown with 7 seconds left in the first half in a similar situation. This, though, is being moved back.
Again, Tyler Gooch threatens the defense in a number of ways. Anytime he pulls the ball down, you think it's a pass, and now he's running the quarterback draw. Whether it's called or not called, he has a chance to take it a long way. Right there, he had the distance for a first down. The penalty's going to take it back.
All right, Grip.
We have not seen much of Jerome Janae. Not to make an excuse for him, but that ankle probably is giving him problems because we haven't seen much of him tonight. One catch, one reverse. They fake to him. Gooch keeps to the 30 for 5 yards, and we're down to the final 30 seconds. Broken Arrow has not been in an overtime game this season. Union has.
Sure looks like we're headed to overtime unless a play breaks loose right here, Don.
Well, with Tyler Gooch, if they get one more, anything's possible.
The game clock will run out before the 25-second clock. But we're going to get a play.
Will he throw it? Will he run it? Will he put a knee down?
No way Tyler can run this far.
We are done in regulation. And the Broken Arrow Tigers have given everything for 48 minutes and will extend their season into overtime, as will the Union Redskins. We'll come back and explain the overtime when we continue in a moment. Time in the '94 playoffs when John Nickel guided the Redskins to a 34-31, or rather Justin Fuente, 34-31 semifinal overtime win over Lawton. Union and Fuente went on to the finals but lost to Midwest City in the '94 championship game. For Broken Arrow, they have not been to the playoffs since '92. At Muskogee, they lost that game 34-31. Broken Arrow won the toss. Union gets the ball first at the 10-yard line. In college, it's the 35. High school, the 10. You like that? 25 here.
If I'm a Broken Arrow fan, I'm concerned that Union can score at any play. If I'm a Union fan, I don't want to face this offense because they can just chip away at you and get a touchdown.
Aaron Sanders, 42-yard field goal with 3:07 left. The only score of the second half after it was a circus in the first half. And Jason York has been quiet all night until now. He gets to the 6th. It looked like he had complete room to the goal line, but Fiorentine comes up from his cornerback position.
Fiorentine's been all over the field in the second half. Here comes the counter tray right here. Huge hole. Jason York hits it. Fiorentine comes from the safety position. That's why he's back there in that defense to make that play.
Here in overtime. Second round of the playoffs. Broken Arrow trying to beat Union for the first time in 10 years. Union trying to get back to Stillwater for the state semifinals. And York is in. Touchdown.
No flags.
Now the important extra point kick. Because remember, in the first half, after Union scored a touchdown with 7 seconds left first half, they got a penalty against them and had to try a 35-yard extra point kick that was no good. And that has really set up all of this for the overtime.
You called it first half, Don. You're amazing, bringing all these stats going back year after year.
And you've never been able to cheat before, Dave, but I can tell you, you can cheat off my notes tonight. It's okay. You got eyes on a stick.
I'm sitting here in awe. Jake Gibbons with the big kick. He said it as soon as Union missed the kick, the PAT first half, that may play a difference in the game it has so far. Now, for Union to come out right there, Don, and in 2 plays score, takes a little bit of air out of Broken Arrow's balloon.
Yep.
Now, Rick Jones on the sideline, exhorting his defense. Looks like Coach Hurt is over there telling him, hey, we played good defense. You know, we'll come back, we'll play. We're going to get another chance. Now, Rick's talking to his office, say, hey, guys, just calm down. That's why we're going to overtime. You get another chance. All right, look for number 7 to be the difference maker right here.
Broken Arrow needs a touchdown to send it into another overtime with the successful PAT. Nickel to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And a flag is down, and it'll be against BA for motion as Jacobs was moving forward before the snap.
Make the call here, Don. You either have 2nd and 9 or 1st and 15.
Well, that's a tough call. I'd go 2nd and 9, I think. But
I'm going to be just like the guy sitting behind our bench, whichever way we go. We're just going to wait and give them a question, whatever they say. It's easy to do it that way. Here you see 2 men in motion. Nickel comes back around and does the 180 thing. Excellent pursuit here by the Union defense. That young man's so strong. Union declines the penalty. I think it's a smart call, Don. Take the down. You still have 9 yards to go. For the most part this half, you've been playing pretty good defense. All right. You just say hem them up. Don't let them in the end zone.
yeah, that's my thinking. You only give them 3 downs here instead of 4. Joey Wilson's into the game. Split to the left with Nickel. Wow, with the counter, and Jones is stuffed again as he was the previous time they tried it. And Dupree, the linebacker, makes a huge play.
Wow. What a hit. 44 on 44 right there, Don. I hope we get another shot at that, and I hope it's ground level on one of them, because if you're not here in person, you don't get a sense of the ground rumbling underneath their feet when those 2 guys collided right there. The seismic meter, the seismometer, or whatever it's called down at University of Oklahoma, had to shake right there.
I could feel it up here, and you could certainly feel the stands shake when York scored that touchdown here in overtime. It was his 2nd TD of the night from 6 yards out.
And needless to say, I mean, this is going to be a brilliant statement, Don, so don't laugh. But they're in 4-down territory. We're not going to kick a field goal here.
Nope.
So Coach Jones is on the side. Again, he's exhorting his players. Just hang in there. Okay, we're gonna spring one loose. Something good's going to happen right here. Run the play, run the option, do it to perfection, and we'll take it in and we'll continue to play. Defense, get ready. Now, Coach Spavital, Coach Blankenship on the other side saying, guys, we've been playing well all half. Do it 2 more times, man. Do it 2 more times. And let's get in the locker room and sing the fight song.
If Union or if BA does score here in the next 2 plays, do you go for 2 or kick 1? That's something that they have to think about as well. Frugier splits out left. Jacobs in motion. Nickel got him. Touchdown. Matt Strange again. Quiet at times, but when they need a big play, who do they hook up? His 3rd touchdown of the night.
That ball was thrown with authority, Don.
I mean, he put a zip on it, and it was right there. Now, the extra point to send it to another overtime. He kicked the field goal. What about the PAT? But I heard a whistle. Let's say no. It's blocked, and the game is over.
I see no flag.
Union has won it on a blocked extra point kick in overtime.
The whistle blew.
I thought I heard a whistle blow. Rick Jones and the coaching staff is in the end zone to talk to the
They're saying the ball is still alive and they can advance it to score. I don't know if that's the case in a PAT in high school football. I'm thinking in high school football when the ball's blocked, the play is over. I'm not real sure on that.
Well, I can tell on the face of Rick Jones it's not going.
It's not good, is it, for him?
What a shame, but what a great game that goes overtime.
I don't know. The pressure seemed to come from the Broken Arrow right side. The ball may have been kicked too low. It's hard to say here. Coach Blankenship and Coach Hurt out there. What a battle this was, Don. What a game for you all to break me in. Coach Blankenship, another excellent job in game planning, having his players ready to go. Rick Jones and his staff, equally proficient tonight in getting his players ready to go.